Everyone, and welcome to a little bit of a Dan walk and talk on the Toffee Bluecast channel. Now, yeah, look at that. Always like to give you a nice relaxing sunset on these, to be fair, if I can, but yeah, I'd lost my head yesterday. I completely lost my head yesterday. I think we was all waiting for that Bill Kenwright is not going to be here anymore, with Denise going and the other two going, and then all of a sudden, with the 48 hours getting longer and longer, it did make me question whether Bill Kenwright was going to stay. And it came out yesterday that he is, and Mushu is going to go on the board, and I just found it absolutely crazy. And I was speaking to some people that told me stories about Bill Kenwright, where he's a complete liar, and he's lied to people's faces and stuff like that. And obviously Moshiri as well, he's come out and told us we're going to get a striker, and I just think you can't build a relationship on lies. Now, I know some will say we don't need a relationship with them. We don't, but it's just nice to know your club is in hands of people that you can trust and that are not in denial and stuff like that. But yes, I was fuming. It wasn't the news I wanted. I wanted a complete fresh start, because I honestly do believe that if you would have got rid of Bill, the circus act would have been cutting off, and Moshiri probably would have been easier to handle by himself. You will hear the waves in the background. He would have been easier to handle by himself, and I thought Moshiri could have stepped back and put all new members on the board, and we could have got that fresh start that we wanted. I don't know the ins and outs, and obviously it might be the case that Bill Kenwright needs to stay for a bit until they get MSP, get these new people in. And that's what a lot of people are saying. They're seeing the positive, and I suppose that's what I've got to do as well now, is see the positive. But yeah, I'm just frustrated. I am. But last night I was angry. I couldn't sleep last night. We shouldn't let it get to us this much, but I care about Everton so much. I just want us to be in good hands. I just focus on the football, and I don't want to be thinking back to myself, oh, that was a point where us fans could have got Bill out, and it coming back to you 3 years time and bites us in the arse if he stays and messes things up. So I'm in two minds. I'm literally like, will we as fans regret not pushing at this moment in time, or should as fans just let things unfold and see whether Bill Kenwright's going to go anyway, and Moshiri does end up going as well, and MSP are going to come in and have a big impact. It's crazy. It sends your head absolutely everywhere. And it's one of the most stressfulest football teams to support. It's pure Jeremy Kyle, Coronation Street. But we're all in this together. No point in getting toxic. And I think we've just got to step back, look at the big picture, and stick together and just do whatever we can as fans to keep the football club in the Premier League. Now, I keep reading information saying that we're not going to get much, just going down now, that we're not going to get much money to spend. And if that's the case, then that's the case, because it makes me so angry that Moshiri doesn't go just sell up and give a new owner a chance that's got the money to do what we need them to do. But at the end of the day, when we probably knew that Usmanov was the money, and when Usmanov was pumping all the money in, and we had Moshiri, and remember when we got Rodriguez and we got some big signings, big names, and Carlo as manager, and Liverpool was signing no one, we all thought we was going to push above them, and we wasn't complaining then. And we, like I say, we knew the Usmanov stuff was a risk. So you take the highs and the lows, and that's it. We took the risk on Usmanov. If the war stuff didn't happen, we probably wouldn't be in this situation. Money still would be getting pumped in. The money that's been going on the players straight into the stadium wouldn't have been happening, because Usmanov would have had the money, and it just wouldn't have happened. So sometimes you just get bad looking football. I'm starting to think, like I say, fuming yesterday, but I'm starting to think to myself, right, it is what it is. If we can't spend, and a lot of the money on players is having to go into the stadium, then that's just the situation it is, and I've got to accept it. And also, if MSP, obviously they're going to come in and fund the rest for the stadium, we're not going to spend much this winter. Now, if that's the case, that's the case. It might come out that we do have a bit of money to spend, I'm not sure, we don't know the ins and the outs. But I generally do think if that's the case, it is what it is. You've got to still stick in there, nothing changes, you can't change it. And we should look to just stick with it. I mean, if you've got to scrape by, you've got to scrape by. The David Moyes budget wasn't that good back in the day, and we just need to stick in there. We really do. And I do believe that you can still scrap by this season. I mean, he's come up Sheffield United. I don't want to disrespect anyone, but Sheffield United, even with the team we've got, if we're going by a striker, I feel we can do them. Luton, I feel we can do them. And then another team, might be another relegation battle, I don't know. Dyche might start us off good and just keep us away, because he might just literally get us decent every game and get that mid-table finish, not taking any points for granted. I don't know. It could be a stressful season for us. It could. But it might be the case, like I say, we stick together, have a good start to the season, and you sometimes can finish mid-table just by consistent good performances, not even having the best team. Yeah, I'll put you in a nice spot here now. We'll have a little turn, nice walk and talk. But yeah, seriously.